There are coins out there sitting in pockets, drawers, and old coin jars that could be worth a fortune. And not because they're made of gold or silver, but because of small details that make them incredibly rare. Today, we're talking about two specific quarters that, under the right circumstances, have fetched thousands of dollars at auction. If you've ever handled pocket change, you might have come across one without even knowing it. Let's start with the Wyoming State Quarter, a coin that looks simple at first glance but hides an unusual error that has made collectors scramble to find the right one. The Wyoming Quarter was released in 2007 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each state was given its own unique design, celebrating a piece of its history or identity. For Wyoming, the choice was clear: the bucking horse and rider, an image deeply tied to the state's cowboy culture and frontier spirit. The design, while fitting, had its critics. Some thought it looked too plain, too minimalist compared to other states' more detailed artwork. But what really made this coin stand out wasn't the design itself, it was a rare minting mistake that created an entirely new collectible. This error is called the missing leg variety, and it affects the depiction of the horse. On certain Wyoming quarters, parts of the horse's front leg are either faint, completely missing, or appear as a ghostly outline. This happens due to a dye abrasion issue at the mint. Over time, the dye, the metal stamp that imprints the design onto the coin, wears down, causing some details to fade or disappear. The result? A quarter that looks significantly different from the standard issue, but only if you know what to look for. Collectors quickly took notice, and prices soared for well-preserved examples. Depending on condition, these Wyoming-era quarters can sell for anywhere from a few $100s to well over $1,000. The highest recorded auction sale for a pristine, missing leg, Wyoming quarter was around $2,000, a staggering amount for a 25-cent piece. But even circulated versions, coins that have been used in everyday transactions, can still fetch solid prices if the error is clearly visible. One of the most fascinating things about this particular coin is how easily it could slip past an untrained eye. Unlike other rare coins with obvious mistakes, like off-center strikes or double impressions, the missing leg error isn't immediately noticeable. You have to examine the coin closely, tilting it under the light to catch the details. Some collectors have even taken to carrying small magnifying glasses with them just in case they spot a Wyoming quarter in the wild. But rarity alone isn't what determines value, condition plays a huge role. In the coin world, quality is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless specimen. A well-worn Wyoming-era quarter might bring in a few $100s, but a mint-condition one, especially if professionally graded as MS 65 or higher, is where the real money is. Coins in this upper tier not only have sharper details and fewer surface marks, but they also appeal to serious collectors who want the best examples for their collections. So, what are the chances of actually finding one? Truthfully, it's a long shot, but not impossible. Many of these quarters are still in circulation, tucked away in jars or buried in collections that people haven't checked in years. Every so often, stories emerge of someone stumbling across one in their spare change, leading to a renewed frenzy of people checking their pockets. The Wyoming quarter is a perfect example of how something seemingly ordinary can become extraordinarily valuable due to a small, unintended variation. A simple missing detail, overlooked by the mint but caught by sharp-eyed collectors, has turned this coin into a hidden treasure. And that brings us to the next quarter on our list, one with an even richer history and another rare error that has sent its value skyrocketing. The Alabama quarter carries its own intriguing story, a tale of artistry, history, and an unexpected twist that has collectors buzzing. Released as part of the celebrated 50 State Quarters program, this coin was designed to honor a state steeped in rich cultural heritage and storied traditions. Alabama's contributions to agriculture, civil rights, and Southern culture are all subtly reflected in its quarter, which at first glance appears to be a beautifully executed piece of modern minting. However, for those who know where to look, there's a rare twist that transforms this everyday coin into a coveted collectible. Minted in the early 2000s, the Alabama quarter was created with great care to represent the essence of the state. Its design combines sleek lines with emblematic details that speak to Alabama's proud legacy. The coin features a delicately rendered outline of the state, intermingled with symbols that recall its agricultural roots, a nod to the cotton fields and the magnolia blossoms that have long defined the landscape. The artistry is subtle yet powerful, a balance of modern aesthetics and historical reverence that makes the coin both a piece of currency and a miniature work of art. But what truly sets this quarter apart from its thousands of siblings is a rare minting error that has captured the imagination of collectors. In a small number of these coins, a doubled die error occurs on the reverse, producing a ghostly duplicate of one of the inscriptions. Instead of the crisp, single impression expected from a modern coin, this anomaly creates a faint, shadow-like image alongside the intended design. The doubling error is not immediately obvious. It takes a keen eye and a bit of close-up examination to appreciate the subtle variation. Yet, once discovered, it transforms the coin into something extraordinary, turning an otherwise common piece of circulating currency into a potential treasure. The origin of this error lies in the intricate process of coin production. Modern dies are engineered with incredible precision, but after multiple strikes, even the best can falter. In the case of the Alabama quarter, the die occasionally receives an extra impression during the stamping process, causing the elements, typically the lettering along the perimeter, to appear twice. This phenomenon, while seemingly minor, is a dramatic departure from the intended design and speaks to the unpredictable nature of high-volume minting. Collectors relish these imperfections, seeing them as happy accidents that add character and a unique signature to each era coin. Auction records and market trends have reflected the growing demand for such era coins. In recent years, Alabama quarters with the double die error have been known to fetch anywhere from $500 to over $1,500, depending on their condition. A coin in pristine, mint state condition, graded MS 65 or higher, can command a premium price, sometimes even doubling the value of a similar era coin in circulated condition. On the other hand, a coin that has seen significant use, where wear might obscure the fine details of the doubling error, typically brings in a more modest sum. This variation in value based on condition has only fueled the interest among experienced collectors, who know that even slight differences in preservation can have a dramatic impact on a coin's desirability. There are many stories circulating in collector circles about the serendipity of discovering such an era coin. One seasoned collector recounted an unexpected find during a routine cleaning of an old coin box. A single Alabama quarter revealed the unmistakable signs of the doubled inscription. After careful authentication and grading, the coin not only completed a long-sought piece of his collection but also sparked a flurry of interest at auction, where it ultimately sold for a sum that far exceeded its face value. This anecdote isn't unique. Countless collectors have shared similar tales of unearthing hidden gems among what seemed like ordinary pocket change, each discovery underscoring the magic that can lurk in the most mundane objects. The allure of the Alabama quarter goes beyond the monetary value attached to its era variant. It represents a tangible connection to the state's heritage, a reminder of how the everyday can be transformed into something remarkable by a small twist of fate. The design itself is a tribute to Alabama's identity, evoking images of sunlit cotton fields and time-honored traditions. Even in its standard form, without the doubling error, the quarter is admired for its elegant simplicity and the care with which it encapsulates the spirit of a state that has played a pivotal role in America's history. For those new to the hobby, understanding the significance of condition-based value variations is essential. A coin's journey from the mint to the collector's hands is fraught with challenges. Coins that remain in pristine condition retain every nuance of the original design, the crisp lines, the clear impressions, and in the case of the error coins, the unmistakable duplicate detail. These coins, often stored in protective cases and meticulously handled, become prized assets in any collection. Conversely, coins that have circulated widely, bearing the scars of daily transactions, may lose some of the subtle details that make the error so captivating. Still, even these worn coins carry an inherent charm, telling a story of decades of use and the passage of time. For many collectors, the debate between the value of mint state versus circulated coins is part of the thrill of the hobby, a delicate balance between rarity, condition, and the personal joy of discovery. Grading these coins is an art in itself. Experts advise that any suspected error coin should undergo a professional evaluation to confirm its authenticity. A reputable grading service not only verifies the presence of the doubled die but also assigns a condition grade that can greatly influence the coin's market value. This certification process is a critical step, as it ensures that collectors are investing in a genuine piece of minting history rather than a coin with damage or where that might mimic an error. For those fortunate enough to own an Alabama quarter with the doubling error, a high grade on a recognized scale can transform the coin from an interesting curiosity into a valuable collector's item that stands out in any collection. Beyond the technicalities of minting and grading, the Alabama quarter with its rare error has captured imaginations because it embodies the unexpected. In a world where mass production is the norm, finding something unique, a small anomaly that turns an ordinary item into a one-of-a-kind piece, brings a sense of wonder and excitement. It's a reminder that perfection isn't always the goal, sometimes, it's the flaws that add character and intrigue. This idea resonates deeply with collectors who appreciate not just the aesthetics and historical significance of a coin, but also the stories behind its creation and the serendipitous moments that led to its rarity. In many ways, the Alabama quarter stands as a metaphor for life itself, filled with surprises, where the unexpected can become a source of joy and value. Each time a collector inspects a coin closely, there's a possibility of discovering a hidden detail, a tiny imperfection that sets it apart from the rest. This journey of discovery is what keeps the passion for coin collecting alive, turning a hobby into an ongoing adventure where every coin holds the potential to tell a story far greater than its monetary worth. Looking back over the history and craftsmanship of the Alabama quarter, it's clear that every element, from the deliberate design choices to the unintentional doubling error, adds layers of meaning and value. The coin is a small, tangible piece of Alabama's identity, encapsulating both the pride of its past and the unpredictable nature of the minting process. In the end, the Alabama quarter with its double die error encapsulates everything that makes coin collecting such a rewarding pursuit: the thrill of discovery, the appreciation of fine craftsmanship, and the enduring allure of a story told through metal and ink. Much like the Wyoming quarter we explored earlier, it serves as a reminder that behind every coin lies a narrative, a blend of human ingenuity and serendipity that makes each piece a tiny marvel of history.